Welcome to the Snakebite, your home for all things Florida Southern College athletics, where we bring you inside access into the world of moccasin athletics. Here are your hosts, Andrew Polling and George Connolly.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Snakebite. I'm George Connolly.
And I'm Andrew Polling, and here's what the Mocs have been up to. The men's basketball team improved to 17-2 overall following a pair of conference wins against Tampa and Barry this past week. Brett Hansen scored 30 points in both victories en route to be named Sunshine State Conference Player of the Week for the third time this season and eighth time in his career. In Saturday's win against Barry, Jack Roush had one of the more impressive double-doubles of his career. Here's what he had to say following the win.
Jack, a great game for you here tonight, 23 and 15. One of the more impressive double-doubles we've seen in your career. What was working tonight?
Defense. Defense was working for us tonight. Coach has really been harping on the past few games us not defending well, and defense really is bringing us our energy. So, I really didn't even know I had that. So I was just playing hard, playing defense, and we had a great outcome against a really good Barry team.
Yeah, you guys beat another good team. You cracked the top 10 nationally this week. What's that been like? What was the atmosphere like when you guys found out you made that top 10?
It's nice. Coming here as a freshman and slowly working our way up the rankings and stuff. At the end of the day, rankings don't mean a lot. We still got to go out and play our opponent and beat them every single night. So it's great. It's a great honor to be nationally ranked, top 10. But we're more focused on our next opponent, who's on Wednesday.
Yeah. So speaking of your next opponent, you got the Lions. You got St. Leo on Wednesday. What are you guys gonna be working on in practice to prepare for that one?
St. Leo is a good ball club as well. Every night's a battle in the Sunshine State Conference. It's, we're going to focus on our defense, fix what we didn't do well tonight, and hopefully go get another W.
Well, congrats on the great game and the win, man. Good luck on Wednesday.
On the women's side, the Mocs split their conference matchups, dropping a close contest to number 25 ranked Tampa on Wednesday. Then they would close out the week with a blowout victory over the Buccaneers of Barry on Saturday to improve to 8-3 in conference play. With a 1-point lead at the end of the first quarter, the Mocs outscored the Bucs 19-1 in the second quarter and never looked back. Andrew caught up with Kat Kamenko following the win. Here's what she had to say.
Kat, you guys went on a 20-0 run at one point. You held Barry to just 1 point in the second quarter. What happened in that second quarter?
We just came out and we were really focused on getting better on our defense and on our offense. We always talk about how we're going to get our offense through our defense. So we just, went and show what we can do.
For you, 11 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists. That's a pretty well-rounded game. What was working for you tonight?
I would say we were posting up and getting offensive rebounds. That's what we're working out. And even whenever they were passing the ball inside, we were kicking it out and then back inside. So we had a good ball movement.
You guys take on St. Leo on Wednesday. What are you going to be doing to get ready for that game?
We have 3 days to work on and prepare for the game, and our goal is to get better every game. So obviously the goal is to get a win, but we'll be working on for the next 3 days.
Well, thanks for the time. Congrats on the win. Good luck against the Lions.
The women tip off at St. Leo at 5:30 tonight, with the men's game following 30 minutes after the conclusion of the women's matchup.
In track news, the Mocs traveled to Daytona for the Embry Indoor-Outdoor Challenge on Saturday. FSC swept the awards for the 3,000 meter on the women's side as Isabella Guerrera, Addison Cantor, and Sarah Zamat finished first, second, and third, respectively.
On the men's side, Matt Fowler set the school record for shot put with a 12.05 meter toss, good for 12th place at the event. Josh Wagner cleaned up in his 2 events, winning the 1,000 and 3,000 meter races. The Mocs will have the next few weeks off before returning to action at the UT Track Classic in Tampa on the 21st of February. Looking ahead to this weekend, women's tennis will compete in the UT Round Robin on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Ice hockey takes on Eastern Florida State on Saturday. Basketball returns home on Saturday to take on Embry-Riddle, and baseball opens their season with a 3-game homestand against West Florida. Now, Andrew, you will be back in the booth for a lot of the baseball games this year. What are your thoughts on this opening weekend coming up?
Well, It's a very exciting time for Moccasin Athletics. All the spring sports are starting up. For me specifically, I'm excited for baseball to start up. My freshman year, we won the South Regional. We had a great team. We had the best 2 players in Division II with Logan Browning and JT Hinson that year. And last year, the injury bug hit the team incredibly hard, and they're just kind of looking to bounce back. They're a lot healthier going into opening day this season, and I know the main key for them is that they have the pieces this year to compete and contend. They just have to stay healthy from day one and try to not have that injury bug bite them again.
So now looking at the season as a whole, what are some of the more exciting storylines that you can see?
Well, as far as standout players to look for this year, you got Jacob Teeter coming back for his 3rd year. He was an all-star in the Cape Cod League this summer, so he's going to be the guy to watch. And then you also have Mike Pelaez and other key components of that bullpen who were injured last year. Pelaez had Tommy John. These guys coming back, and that's going to be an exciting time for the Moccasins bullpen. He was throwing 96 before he had TJ, so you're really looking forward to having him back in the bullpen. And then also some outstanding seniors. You know, Zach Scott, team MVP, comes back. J.J. Necro's got his senior year. Thomas Spinelli, Trevor Castell. That rotation is very veteran-based as far as those seniors go, so we're really looking forward to having these guys just, lay it all on the line this year.
Absolutely, great points. And now jumping over to basketball, we could see a big milestone this Saturday when the men's basketball team plays at home here. Can you fill us in on what's about to happen?
Well, Brett Hansen currently sits 36 points away from being the 3rd Mock ever to have 2,000 career points. So there's a realistic chance that he gets 36 tonight on the road and gets there. A little selfishly, we're hoping that he doesn't and that he does it on Saturday because he's gotten more than 36 in a game this season, so it's definitely possible. But, in a perfect world, he does it on Saturday in front of the home fans, and I think that would just be a really, really special moment for everybody.
Absolutely. Well, great takes, Andrew. Now, moving on to the pool, the Mocs wrapped up their regular season splitting their meet at Indian River. The men's team picked up a 163 to 98 point victory, while the women fell 157 to 104. The teams will now prepare for the Sunshine State Conference meet, which takes place at the Long Center in Clearwater from February 13th through the 16th.
The SSC preseason polls were released for men's and women's lacrosse, with the men picked to finish 6th in the conference while the women were projected to come in 3rd. Our own Lexi Potter caught up with men's head coach Marty Ward to talk about the upcoming season.
Thanks, guys. Coach, after 2 consecutive seasons with winning records, how do you plan on making the jump to the next level this season?
I think our guys, we have to make sure that we're consistent and disciplined in our approach every day and just keep on creating the culture of trying to get to the championship game in the SSC, and hopefully that's good enough to get us to the NCAA tournament.
And what is the team most improved on from the start of practices in August?
I think it's just been our work ethic. We have a good group of hard workers here. We like to say that there's a difference between working hard and being a hard worker, and we feel like we have a locker room full of those hard workers. So I think our team's chemistry and our culture has definitely improved since August.
Definitely. And in 2 weeks, you open up the season against Malloy. What are your expectations for that game?
To come out 1-0. I mean, that's the expectation. I think start the season with a win, and we got a tough opponent coming down, from the ECC on Long Island, and, we think Malloy's a good team, and we think we're a good team. So, but our expectation is to win the first game.
Thank you, Coach. Back to the studio.
Thanks for that, Lexi. That's all from us this week on the Snakebite. I'm Andrew Pauling.
And I'm George Conley. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next week at 3.